What's up, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. I'm happy to have you all out there. Hope you're doing well in this crazy eclipse season. All right, here we go. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, Gemini. Please take away only the messages that resonate with you and release the rest. If something feels strange or foreign or does not resonate, best to push it aside. Go ahead and assume it's going out to someone else who needs to hear it, but be open to the fact that it may resonate in the future. So yeah, be open to that. Feel free to check back on this video in the future. And always trust your own intuition above all else, because ultimately you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. All right, that's my spiel, Gemini. We did it. Let's go ahead and set the intention now. Let's connect with the Geminis out there and get them some clear, helpful, and insightful messages for wherever they are currently at on their spiritual path. All right? Gemini, for Gemini, what card? Okay, so we are going to start with some oracle cards, and then we will hop right into that tarot. So this says, trust in the places you feel guided towards, space, time, and the self, infinity, reincarnation, and the 5D. Trusting the intuition. And then for your money, purpose, career, you have style, which is very interesting. It's time to express yourself through design and art using your talent. Be creative with your being creative with your finances will bring success in your career. And then for your gemstone, ooh, you got lapis. I love that stone. Lapis lazuli. It's fun to say too. It's fun to say like a gangster. Lapis lazuli. All right, I'm such a nerd. Here we go. It says open. The way to find true happiness is to risk being completely cut open. So opening up yourself. I always associate that like that deep blue with like, I guess the throat chakra. I mean, speaking your truth. It's not really necessarily like a stone strongly associated with water, but the blue does kind of make me think of water signs, and because it's kind of being blended with trusting trust in the places you feel guided towards. There's something about using your intuition to help navigate in the next few months. I mean, always, right? Trusting your intuition, but now so more than ever, especially around the eclipses. So then for this is Fearless, Fight Like a Girl. That's the Oracle deck. I thought that was appropriate for Aries season, fighting for who and what we love, right? The card you got for that is card 32, The Rooted Fight, different kinds of fights. So we're going to read about that quickly, and then we'll hop into your tarot. So hopefully this will speak to some of you out there. Let's see. Now is the time to tend to your roots. Dig deep in your soul's soil and know your worth. Let the blessings come to you by cultivating receptivity rather than solving, caregiving, rescuing, or fixing. Tree Mother doesn't run around the meadow offering shade to everyone who passes through, nor does she seek out squirrels or birds to shelter. She doesn't conjure rain or sun to bless her. She simply is, allowing all of nature to come to her. Do the work to discover your inherent worthiness. Root down deep into it. This will give you the confidence to know that what passes by you is not for you. If the door doesn't open, it's not your door. What is for you will come to you simply by the power of your vibration. It is the true nature of the law of attraction. This is rooted, grounded receptivity at its finest. All right. So let's talk about tarot. Let's see what the tarot cards want to tell Gemini. It's like some of you are being guided back home. When this message came up, it's all about sort of allowing yourself to be, it's funny as the Cancer card shows up, which is all about, finding your way home. Makes me think of the Wizard of Oz too. There's no place like home. All right, here I go. You can tell Mercury's starting to go retrograde. I'm already all mixed up. The Rooted Fight was all about establishing roots and being present and not sort of like, I'm almost getting sort of like the grass is always greener, like thinking that happiness is just around the corner when happiness is available to you now. It really is a state of mind. And I know that gets annoying to hear sometimes when you're really going through it, but it's sort of like this projection of things are always better over here or over there. I constantly have to be searching or moving around, which can be very mutable energy, and you are a mutable sign. So it's about trusting the places you're being guided towards, but for a lot of you, you're being guided internally, not to external solutions. Like the solution exists within. And I think maybe that's why the Lapis card is coming up. It's the only way to find true happiness is to risk being completely cut open. So I think it's like the key to happiness has always existed within you, but yeah, rather than searching for external solutions, I think it's about going internal. And maybe that has to do with your career. Maybe that has to do with your self-empowerment. Maybe that has to do with your love life or feeling accepted by family. I don't know if these are upside down. No, why not? So let's see. You have the Chariot and the Six of Cups. Yeah, like there's that really watery energy I was talking about. Cards of Scorpio and cards of Cancer. I don't know. The Six of Cups is frequently a card about nostalgia and sentimentality and reflecting back on our past and just how different we are now, where we were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. And I think there's an element of gratitude for realizing how far we've come, even if we aren't necessarily completely ecstatic or happy where we are currently. I think it is sort of about embracing like the rootedness or the present moment, reasons to lean into your gratitude. There's like a quote that I'm almost wanting to come up with, but it's not quite coming, so I'm not going to force it. It's essentially, though, it's like grow where you are planted, Test out the soil rather than uprooting yourself over and over and over again. Maybe it's about getting comfortable with the present and with the situation at hand and allowing yourself to use that adaptability and flexibility to stay put, but to really analyze how you deal with hardship and adversity. Or challenges, and I'm not necessarily saying all that is coming into you, but I mean that's just sort of what I'm getting. I mean, you're probably going through something, right? It's eclipse season. Others of you, there's a message about finding your way back home, so there could be a reconnection with family or an important conversation that's going to be had where it helps set things right if things have been out of balance with family members. Yeah, others of you, it's sort of like, your body is your temple. It's like your home. What you come home to at the end of the day is you. It's your soul. It's your being. It's your heart. And so I'm almost getting this idea of coming back to you. Again, that metaphor of like, the answer was always you. All right, what's going on with the tarot? It wants to come out again, that Chariot card. This is about acknowledging both the dark and light energies that exist within all of us and not denying or refusing or suppressing either one, allowing them to work together. Because ultimately, like, the one can't exist without the other, right? Light defines the shadow, or is it the opposite? Shadow defines the light. But either way, it's like the one can't exist without the other. So yeah, rather than suppressing things that need to be seen and heard, it's like when we shine light on them, they become less scary, right? It's less intimidating. It's less of a monster. That's what drives this Chariot forward, essentially. And maybe this is about seeking roots and seeking a quote-unquote home outside of what is the status quo. But remember, like, you're always going to come back to you and your body. And I just keep wanting to refer to that, sort of like your body is your temple. So it doesn't matter, what your address is or what it says on the GPS or your location status. Like, the external may change, but the internal, you get to decide what goes on in the internal. And that can change as well. But again, that's your choice, right? That's your agency to transform yourself or develop spiritually. So then you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, a bubble of protection, purification, peace, internal balance, and internal harmony. Especially when there's a lot of aggravated or agitated energy around you. This is like going back into yourself and being able to, you can't stop what's going on around you, but choose differently how you react to it. I think a lot of you may have a Cancer coming in, a Cancerian zodiac sign. It might be the dark horse, might be something unseen or unexpected. Are they going to be able to sort of penetrate the walls you're putting up, though? Because some of you, it's like, I see you getting much more into spirituality. I mean, assuming you're into it a little bit already, right? Because you're watching a tarot reading. But that being sort of a safe harbor and a safe home for you right now is finding some sort of peace in the rhythm and the routine of your spiritual practice, whether that's praying or meditating or tarot videos or self-help books, whatever that is. Yeah, I see that being like, I'm hearing like safe harbor. I hope that's the right use of that word. But very necessary to keep you at ease and at peace, because you do seem to be going through some stuff, like at least in the external world. There's lots of noise, there's lots of busyness, and I feel like this charioteer is coming in, but I'm wondering, like, are they going to be able to break through? And I don't totally know what that means, but I was about to say, you seem kind of defensive, like you're almost removing yourself entirely from society. It has like a hermit mode to it, I'm not going to lie. And I mean, I guess that's fine. But I also think, too, for those who aren't being super secluded or in hermit mode, I almost think that your energy right now is coming up as inaccessible or defensive and maybe that's by choice, but some of you don't realize it. It's like the way you're carrying yourself there, it has like major like F off vibes. And I think you're doing it from a place of like, I don't want to be disturbed by everybody else's stuff. Only I don't know why this message is coming through, but it's like, be careful that through body language you're not sending the wrong signals, that you're not interested in people who do have good and pure intentions and want to work with you or collaborate with you or have a conversation with you. Yeah, so the Chariot is bringing in this Wheel of Fortune. So this could be a really beautiful chapter, some sort of new cycle in your life. It may involve a Sagittarius or a Pisces or again a Cancer. There could be an incoming opportunity where someone invites you to travel, or you want to make plans to travel with friends, with family, with a lover, a coworker. Yeah, there could be an opportunity at a job as well to travel. And so why, like, what is going on here with that? The King of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like by secluding yourself too much or being in too much of a hermit mode, you're denying yourself the pleasure and the opportunity to feel inspired by those around you. And as a very social sign, Gemini, you're an air sign, the connection piece and the linking with people, that's absolutely crucial. That's absolutely important for you and to keep your mind and your brain stimulated. I get it, because sometimes it's like information overload. It's like it's too stimulated and then it becomes like exhausting and you have to take time out. So maybe it doesn't have to be living your life in one extreme or the other. I think that's sort of what this message is saying, is like, finding the middle road, finding sort of the middle spot or the balance, or where you're not having to completely remove yourself from social interactions in order to recharge your battery, but maybe setting healthier boundaries, so knowing when is enough, and you don't have to be drained essentially at the end of the day, but you also don't have to, again, go to extreme like hermit mode. Yeah, but I feel like there's something very inspiring about this connection that's on its way to you. And I mean, it's likely new. It doesn't have to be, but you could also be sort of in this, like, I don't think it's like a love triangle, but that did kind of come into mind, the word triangle. But I almost think that there could be multiple energies here of people vying for your attention or wanting your vote, or wanting your time. I don't know, and this might not make sense to you right now, because to me it's almost like there's something about this Chariot energy that's a little bit hidden. It almost feels like 12th house stuff to me. So this may have to do with Taurus season, especially for my Gemini risings. We're in Aries season right now. That lasts about a month, right? And then we'll be into Taurus. Something with Taurus energy, it's slow to start and then it takes off like a rocket. And maybe it does have to do with this like Jupiter Uranus conjunction that's going to be happening in the sky for all of the zodiac signs, of course. But when we mix like the blessing and the expansion and the buoyancy of Jupiter energy, and then it's going to be making a transit with Uranus, which is the planet of shock and innovation and genius and rebellion and sort of just unexpected things happening. There could be an unexpected stroke of good luck. And I maybe it's career related, but I don't know, it kind of feels romantic to me. There could be like multiple suitors here, particularly a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag, heavy on the Leo and Sag. Again, as well as maybe like, I don't know if it's water, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but there could even be another Gemini too. If so, it's like that Gemini is coming back around. The Gemini might not be new. So tell me about these. At minimum, it's an opportunity. Something about a bracelet is significant. One of these people might wear like a specific bracelet, or maybe it has to do with like crystals, like a specific stone. They may have mentioned it to you, or you asked them about it. Like, I almost see you asking about it to be polite. Like, oh, hey, that's a cool necklace. Where'd you get that? And you thought it was going to be like a short little answer. And then this person went into some long spiel and tangent, and you were just like, oh my God, I wish I hadn't have asked. I don't know why that's coming through. It's a confirmation for one or two of you. All right, what is the best advice or guidance we can give Gemini during eclipse season for the next couple weeks? The Magician. You are in the process of manifesting something great. So take the good with the bad. You know, some days are good days, some days are bad. It's okay. Again, we have to find that middle ground and be able to kind of keep on keeping on. Then you have Temperance. So yeah, it's all about balance. This does talk to me about like eclipse stuff. Like something is getting started in eclipse season, but you might not see the true progress or the physical results of it until a few months later. But something about the sun and the moon. So the lunar eclipse that has happened in Libra at 5 degrees of Libra on March 25th, something about that was planting the seeds of something, and more of it is to come. So think about your day and what happened there. If nothing hugely significant happened, it doesn't really matter because the seeds were still planted, but you might not be privy to that. Again, there's something about your blind side, but I want to reiterate, there's something with the Wheel of Fortune where it's a blessing. The wheel is slowly turning, but it might be turning so slowly you don't realize how much progress is being made. Your King of Wands may also have made a journey to see you, or is planning some sort of journey to see you. They may have been through the ringer. They may have gone through a divorce of some kind, or decided to, I'm hearing like leave the family. I don't totally know what that means, but yeah, there could be a King of Wands coming in very strong, very confident, but knowing exactly what they want. And I don't know, with the Wheel of Fortune, they may end up rolling the dice and reach out to you and see if you're interested. I'm just, they're worried that they're not going to be able to get through to you, or the universe is saying, like, are they going to be able to get through to you, Gemini? Like, if someone wants to get in contact with you, are you, like, off the grid right now? Which doesn't seem very Geminian to me. Like, usually Geminis are always, you know, a step away from the phone or the text or whatever. But, yeah, for some of you, it may happen when you're on some sort of spiritual retreat, or you're just out of touch. So, I mean, here's the thing. I don't do fear-based readings, right? I mean, if this person is meant to get in touch with you, I do truly believe, like, the universe will find a way to make it happen. But, yeah, you may come back to, like, a missed call or a missed text. It could even be that, like, you go away camping for the weekend, or you're out of range. It's like your cell phone isn't receiving those. You know, those are some examples. I'm not saying it has to be that. But, yeah, there's something where, like, this King of Wands, male or female, this opportunity, they're trying to get through to you, and there's a block or there's a delay. And some of you, it could be a block in terms of, like, you had blocked their number, but for most of you, it has to do with the fact that you were just unaware. You were unaware that this person was trying to connect with you. So it could even be something that shows up in, like, your direct messages, but it never alerted you that there was one there. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you know, a month later, you're like, oh my God, this person tried to message me and I never responded. It might be a Sagittarius or a Leo. Very interesting, very interesting. Something about a tattoo. This person may have tattoos or wear a lot of jewelry or beaded jewelry, rings, especially around their hands. That's such a Gemini message, like the sexy hands. Yeah, like rings, tattoos, jewelry, rope bracelets, something like that. Yeah, all in good timing. And yeah, the Star. That's a beautiful card of healing. I think for some of you, there was sort of what felt like maybe a misconnection, and you always sort of had faith that if this person was going to be in your life, they would show up again. And lo and behold, I think a lot of them do. I think for a lot of you, this person does. Though, I still maintain the fact you may have two suitors here, Gemini. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But the Star also says that this could be a very strong connection into the future, as well as potentially someone who has a strong friendship-like dynamic with you as well. Yeah, I understand the need to get away and have maybe a little bit of solitude and isolation. I'm totally here for that. I'm just saying, make sure you maybe put a cap on that so you're not denying yourself the opportunities to meet people who could be very impactful and influential on your life. For Gemini, receive. You're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you're worthy of these gifts and open up to them. Love it. All right, Gemini, that's what I got for you. Thanks for joining me today. Please show me some love and hit that like button. I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I post readings in the future. I do a select amount of personal readings each month, so you're welcome to reach out to me via email. That's in the description box below. We can try and book a session for you that would be more catered to your energy and your inquiries. If you want more content from me, I am on Instagram and Facebook as The Intuitive Teacup. And that's about it, Gemini. Thanks for joining me today. I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.